Good morning, everybody. I'm at Parcaut with Bobby Atkins, and we are the Veterans Edition of Real Estate Jerky. How you doing, Bobby?
Doing pretty good, Ed. How you doing?
Good.
Awesome.
I want to reiterate about when you're doing Pest on a VA loan, do the short form, no matter what. Even if you're doing all the other stuff, work with a Pest company that does the short form for VA, so it makes it so much easier and faster for the transaction.
Yeah, absolutely.
And people forget. They don't think about it. They don't have an idea what it is.
Yeah. Well, I think if we were close to a military base, it'd be just like common practice, right? But what are 7% of the transactions are VA here?
I don't know what percentage. No. I think they're more than we know, because probably 1 in 6. Yeah, 1 in 7. I think it's more than, because if I look at what I have going out of all of them, because I've been really conscious of dealing with more vets, and I talk to people, and it's amazing how many people in their family have veterans.
Yeah.
And you don't think about it. They might not all be here, but they have them in their family. So,
maybe I'm just the oddball, right? But I have met like a few other agents that are veterans, and I never would have known.
Yeah, well, people don't talk about it, and they should.
I'm like, you're not proud of your service, man?
Yeah. Well, who knows? Well, I know when I got out, I ran away from it. Never talked about it till later. So I think some depends on how long you've been out and when you were in and what happened from it.
Well, I was gonna say, did you stay in San Diego?
Yeah, I was in North County, San Diego for 20 years.
Yeah, I can say so. Like, being a squid was no big deal around there, right?
Well, I interviewed a guy, and he brought this up on when he was in back in the late 80s and right before the early 90s, and they would have signs on the lawns in San Diego that says, "Keep your dog and your sailor off my grass."
It's rightfully so, man. I mean, we when you're by a Navy base, there's a lot of problems with people drinking and stuff.
Well, no, but it's just they got to remember they're the economy, dude. They do everything around there, and so but it's the same thing in other places where tourists come and they're like, we hate tourists, but they're the ones that keep your economy alive.
Yeah. And
so, I mean, North County wasn't so bad because it was a Marine base, so people didn't really know that I was in. I had my, I didn't look like I was in, kind of like what my son has done. Yeah. I didn't have the shave back like everybody had. I had it blocked like you're supposed to. I do the regs, read the regs, follow the regs, and just move on, and have them for when someone tries to tell you you're wrong.
Well, it's funny because, like, living in Virginia Beach, I mean, there's 100,000 sailors around there,
right?
And so you'd be out like trying, when I'm young and single, trying to talk to girls, like, are you in the Navy? I'm like, yeah. Nope, no thanks.
Yeah, that's how San Diego was.
Yeah.
But North County, San Diego wasn't that way. And if you didn't look like you in San Diego downtown, it was that way. Yeah. But some people want it, some people don't. Yeah. But enough about our life about the Navy.
Well, yeah.
But
other service members relate, right?
Yeah. Well, I've been talking a lot about buying things with VA loans, and how and to older veterans who haven't used their VA loan, and it's because the VA loan wasn't as good as it is now. 2 years ago, the Blue Water Act changed it drastically. Before that changed, but back in the 2000s, it was horrible. It didn't even match the loan limit.
So is there a time limit on it when you can use your VA benefit?
Yeah, before you die.
Okay, well,
and unless you have your widower, she can use it afterwards.
Yeah,
or he, depending on where you are in that relationship. But because I have one right now, lady's applying because she gets his disability, and so she's going to use the VA loan.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And people don't know that. Yes, you can. As long as you haven't remarried and you're still getting the disability, yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what about not getting disability?
No, you have to get that. It's weird. It's weird how that works. Huh. And I've not done one without someone receiving that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And she received it because she took care of him and it was transferred. Well, no, it's because you were married and it was transferred to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's all the little nuances that you're good at answering those questions on. So.
If I don't know, I'll find it.
Yeah.
Because you can't, it's different. People ask me questions and it's like, let me just go verify, because things change all the time.
Not the case.
Yeah. What you can do today might not be able to do tomorrow. What you can do today, what you can't do today, you could do tomorrow.
Yeah.
So anyway, but and it's important to get in, and your first transaction as a veteran should be a unit, because it's an asset then versus a liability. You understand the difference? You ever listen to Rich Dad Poor Dad?
No.
Do it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, listen to everything he talks about.
I've heard people talk about it. Yeah.
It's one thing you should listen to. Everybody should listen to or read the book if you like to read. I don't like to read. I fall asleep when I read.
Yeah, same. I got the same problem.
But I'll listen to, I went through in the last 2 weeks 6 books walking. And
Gotcha.
that's and when I listen to it, I can turn up the speed to.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
So that I can get through a book in almost half the time.
Yeah.
And and again, it depends on how they talk. If someone talks fast, I can't turn it up that fast. But if someone talks normal, you can turn it up pretty fast. I heard my wife the other day turn it because how can you listen to it? I heard the other day, because you can let, certain messages, certain things you want to get through, you can get through much faster.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And there's like these videos I'm supposed to watch to get these points on some of the stuff. I just turn it on, increase the speed, turn down the volume, because I already know what they're going to say because it was in something else. But if I don't watch it, but you just have it sitting there and going fast.
You got to watch to the end to get it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yes, turn up this volume, turn up the speed. All right. Anything else that I haven't talked about? Rates are down. Rates are going to continue to go down. We're supposed to be 200 and something basis points by next year at this time is what the market is showing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be good. That'd probably be in the 4s.
Yeah, I was going to say, if we can see that come down slowly, right?
Yeah, but I've had people who can save like $300 for refinancing and come to me. Can we refinance again next year? Yes. VA and FHA have a time period. VA's every 210 days, so 6 payments, and then 210 days since your first payment. So if you don't make your payment on the 1st, but you make it on the 14th, then it's 210 days from the 14th.
Gotcha.
And then the same FHA has the same rule about that time period. Conventional, usually, if you like your loan officer, you want to wait 6 payments,
right? Because
otherwise they have an early payoff, and it goes negatively against them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but that conventional is no time period. You can do it anytime.
That's good to know, man. Because I'm going to start calling some of my clients that within the last couple of years and say, hey, let's keep an eye on these rates. Let's get some refinancing going on, because some of them were 7%. Like I had a couple with like the 2-1 buy downs. That rate's going up. So a good time to refi.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I have ones right now that are 7.37, and conventional 7 point something, and they're getting 5.875 with a little cost. And so we're talking like 5.9 on APR.
Now, should somebody wait until next year to refinance?
Because if you can save $300 now or $400 now, times that by how long it's going to take you to save another $100 and how long it's going to take you to pay yourself back.
Yeah.
I would so with us, the way I'm doing it, the only cost you're adding on is your impound account. And that's not really a cost. That's a wash. You get your old one back, and then you don't pay, and you can apply it towards principal. Mm-hmm. I have some people who are like, don't add it, Ed. I'll just bring in the cash and pay myself back when I get the check 3 weeks from now from my current lender.
Gotcha.
So that's what I try to do. Keep it so that you don't add anything on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, their escrow title fees are covered in the thing, and underwriting, there's no process. All that stuff is not there.
Excellent.
Yeah. I'm not amazing. It's just I don't like costs, so I figure ways to get around it.
Yeah, we got to be competitive, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I have for today. Anything else for you?
No, that's it, man.
All right, everybody, make it a great day, and get out there and get a house quickly, because you're not the volume went up this week by 10,000 nationwide. I think probably 80% of that is the condos in Florida. I don't know if you know this, but 90% of the condos in Florida are 30 years old, and they all have to be retrofitted, and it's costing an additional like $2,000 for HOA, for the HOA a month for so everybody's just putting it on the market, and they'll be walking before you know it. So yeah,
Lordy.
Yeah.
Okay,
I could be wrong. I didn't really research. I told Mike to check for me.
Gotcha.
All right, everybody, make it a great day, and we'll be back here on Thursday. Thanks.